Hi guys, my name is Michael. Welcome back. So a lot is going on around the world. So much is happening. So many headlines. Sometimes it's really difficult to, try and find out what is important. But on this channel, every once in a while, we want to bring some things to your attention, just so that you can be focused on the right things. And so today we are bringing our attention back to gold. You guys always know every now and then I'm going to bring my I'm going to bring you guys back to gold because it's so important for us to really understand what is happening with gold, because gold is going to do something that is going to shock the entire world. And I want us to be a part of this bull market in gold. As it begins to build up and build momentum, I want us to be positioned, properly, so that we can take advantage of this opportunity in gold. And you guys know I did a video a while back and I talked about the fact that I believe that gold is heading to 5 grand, in the next 12 months. That was my own bull thesis. I actually had more than 5 grand, but I just wanted to be a bit conservative. And so my conservative estimate of the price of gold in the next 12 months is 5 grand, and that is my own bullish thesis. A lot of people might think differently. And remember when I did this particular video, talking about my prediction for the price of gold, a lot of other, analysts, JP Morgan was talking about 2,600. A lot of other analysts were talking about 2,800. But I'm telling you, right, people are beginning to see what I was seeing back then, and people are beginning to, talk about different prices in terms of gold in the next couple of months. So let's take a look at this article from Market Watch. Right, it says here, gold is giving you a once in a generation buying opportunity on its way to 4,400. And you see, I've been doing a lot of videos. I have a video called A Golden Opportunity. I've been stressing it to you guys, like there's something here in gold that we need to take a look at. Something is about to happen in gold. And I've been stressing that to, you guys that are watching me. And so it's important for us to know that. So in this article, they're talking about the fact that there is a once in a generational buying opportunity in gold, which is what I've been trying to say for a while now. And it says it's on its way to $4,400. So this is not far away from my 5 grand, right? I mean, just $600 shy of 5 grand. So you see that people are beginning to pick up the signs. People are beginning to see, the indications that I've been seeing for a while now, that something big is about to happen in gold. So let's take a look at a few things about, this article. So it says here, now that gold prices are reaching new highs, is there still a buying opportunity? And this is the decision that a lot of people are fighting with. He said, or is it a bull trap? A lot of people might see the price of gold today. They might look at it like in the last couple of months, gold has been making new all-time highs. Every single month, gold is setting a new all-time high. And that is a bullish trend, And a lot of people might look at this and say, you know what, I feel like this thing has run its course. This might be a bull trap where if I just buy it right now, it's going to come down. You don't want to catch a falling knife, right? You don't want to buy things when they're on their way back down, right? So a lot of people are fighting with that decision when it comes to gold. But at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what you need to know about the bull market that is just beginning in gold. So if you take a look at this second paragraph, it says here, gold traditionally has moved opposite to the US dollar, but the dollar's recent weakness doesn't explain why gold is at an all-time high. And this is what this is what is, baffling a lot of people who are following the charts and the traditional trends. We are seeing something that we have never seen with gold. We are seeing gold sort of buck the trend, sort of break out of those traditional patterns and correlations that we are usually used to. Before, when we see the dollar go up, gold is down. When we see the dollar go down, gold is up. So gold is always on the opposite end of the dollar, and that's how people track. That's how people make their trades when it comes to gold and the US dollar. But right now, it just feels like gold doesn't care about what the dollar is doing anymore. It's like gold has a mind of its own right now. It's like one of those AI things where you're controlling the AI, and after a while the AI just takes over and say, you know what, I'm gonna take it from here. So gold is doing its own thing. Gold is not looking, it's not worried, it's not it's not paying attention to what is happening to the US dollar. So whether what we're seeing now is that US dollar high, gold high, US dollar low, gold high still. And that is something that we have never seen before. And this is what is confusing a lot of people. That break in traditional correlation with the dollar is what is baffling a lot of people at the moment. And if you take a look at this here, he said the bull case can be summarized this way: even as the conventional factors affecting gold prices have stumbled, other factors have emerged to support demand. So you see what they're saying again. We're talking about traditional, right? So the traditional factors that support the price of gold going up, things like inflation, things like geopolitical uncertainties. But what we are seeing is that even when those fears, like for fears of inflation, are cooled off, for instance, if you notice in the United States, everyone is talking about the fact that the Federal Reserve has achieved their goal when it comes to inflation. So inflation is no longer a problem. But gold is not buying that, right? Gold is still doing its thing. So even when inflation is coming down, gold is still heading up. And usually what you would have, with gold and inflation is that when you see inflation tick up, gold also goes up with inflation, because people are looking for stores of value, right? But now inflation goes up, gold is going up, inflation is coming down, gold is still going up. So we're seeing gold just do, it's just having a mind of its own right now. Gold is having its moment, really. So, and those are the things that, a lot of people are worried about. And that is why I'm talking about, I talked about the fact that we have come into a new season, into something I'm calling financial times. And this is something that we need to understand, because people who are looking at the traditional trends, people who are looking at things from the past might not understand what is going on. We need to look at the new trends that are beginning to emerge. Do you get? So if you're looking at things, traditional trends of gold, you won't understand what is going on. You have to look for the new trends that are beginning to emerge. That is the only way you will be able to understand what is going on and what is happening behind the scenes. So let's take a look at this question here. So this is a question that a lot of people are asking when it comes to gold. Is it too frothy? If you remember, gold is going up. When I started talking about gold, I think gold was at 1900. So even for me, I should be looking at it and saying, what, this is too frothy, right? 2500. Gold has, is there any more room to run at this point? And that is the question a lot of people are asking. And I said this, I said this in the video where I talked about gold to 5,000. I said I strongly believe that gold is still cheap right now. Gold is still cheap. It's dead cheap in my own opinion, right? If you're looking at gold at 2,500 and you're thinking that this is too frothy, then you don't understand what is on the horizon. In my own opinion, this price of gold is really cheap. Do you get? This is a buying opportunity right now when it comes to the price of gold. And so he said there's no question that the gold price has gone too far, too fast. And that is what a lot of people are worried about. Is there any room to run? If I put my money into gold right now, would this be a bull trap, or will I catch a falling knife? That's the question. But in my own opinion, I strongly believe that this is just, it is still cheap. Gold is still dead cheap right now. And that is something we need to understand. And so the last question, the writer here did a good job, because he was able to balance everything, in terms of his own sentiments and the reality when it comes to gold. So he says, my gold chart analysis indicates a measured objective of 2,800 per ounce, which is a rough indication of gold's potential value over a 12 to 18 month time frame. So what this analyst is saying is that in the next 12 to 18 months, he strongly believes, he believes that gold might get up to $2,800 plus, which is just I think just $250 higher than what we have today. So that is his own prediction, that in the next 12 to 18 months that we will see gold higher by $250 plus, than what it is today. And that doesn't make any sense, because if you look at the trajectory that gold has been on, if you look at the trend gold has been setting for the last 4 months or 5 months, gold has been setting a new all-time high. And if that pattern continues, then this price that he's talking about will be broken off in the next 3 or 4 months. So 12 months will be too long to get to this price. This level will be cleared in the next 3 or 4 months if gold continues in the pattern that it is on right now. If it continues on the trend that it is on, this level will be broken in the next 3 or 4 months. So that prediction for me is not sound, except something happens that brings the gold price back down. And I don't think that's possible, because if you look at the world today, there are so many things that are supporting the price of gold. Geopolitical uncertainty, black swans, financial, inflation, debt, so many things are supporting the price of gold at the moment. So it will be really difficult for something, to come up from somewhere that would crash the price of gold. So that's why, I believe that estimate is too low for what we are seeing in the price of gold. He said on a multi-year time frame, the charts point to a measured objective of $4,406 per ounce. And remember, this is what say on a multi-year time frame. My own prediction is that in the next 12 months we will see gold at $5,000. While this analyst is predicting that it's going to take a couple of years for it to even get to 4,400, and that's where we differ. Then the last thing I want to share with you guys is, which means that the upside breakout in gold prices has more room to run, though the market currently is extended and could pull back at any time. So, it's the same thing we're saying. There's still room to run in gold. A lot of people are thinking that, there's going to be a pullback in gold, but we are seeing that the issues around the world does not support that pullback. Every pullback in gold is being bought up right now. Every pullback we see is being bought up because we have new participants in the gold market. Traditionally before this year, it was just a couple of players in the gold market: China, Russia, the Middle East. Asia and the Middle East. But Western buyers are back into gold, right? Everyone is coming back into gold. So every time the gold price dips below a certain point, it is bought up. The demand right now, the buyers are more than the sellers. So there's no way you can see gold drop huge. It will be bought up. That whole dip, a lot of people are willing and on the sidelines. There are so many hedge funds. There are so many what's this thing called? Sovereign wealth funds ready to buy the dip on gold. So that is why we're going to see that support in price, when it comes to gold. So guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. A lot of people are sleeping on the potential of gold, and a lot of people are not, understanding what is going on behind the scenes, because there are two things that are important when it comes to, financial instruments right now: crypto and commodities. Those are the two things that we need to pay attention to. What is going on with commodity? We're talking about oil. We're talking about precious metals, gold, silver, and all those other things, and also cryptocurrency. Those are the two areas that we need to put our focus in, because those are the areas where money is about to flow into. Remember, I talked about this thing. We have to look at where money is leaving, and we need to find out where money is going. And I can tell you free of charge that money is heading to gold and money is heading to crypto. And I talk about these two things on my channel a lot. But, I want us to pay attention to the opportunity in gold so that we don't miss the run, because this is going to happen really, really quick. And so we need to be positioned in these areas so that when the wave comes, we can solve that wave. So guys, I just thought I'd bring this to your attention. If you like videos like this, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.